It's a beautiful Wednesday morning. Bringing us to the time situation to 21 minutes international daily this morning. Of course, we'll be discussing these headlines as reported by the Punch and the interesting headlines to talk about. And we hope that Bayo will be able to join us in our discussion this morning.
Yes,
Bayo Ogundimu.
Yes, he's already on the line.
Oh, he's on
joining
the
us
line.
this morning.
Hello, Bayo Ogundimu. Good morning to you, sir.
Good morning. I think that it's been quite a hectic time getting out of Olumore.
Wow.
It's a journey that shouldn't take more than 15 minutes anyway.
That's correct. That's
Here
correct.
we are.
Well,
I haven't gotten to Bury. I don't know what will have been the cause of the traffic hold-up. But somebody said there was, a fire incident involving a vehicle.
okay.
So that's the situation we are now.
It's okay, Bayo. That's fine. As long as we're able to hear you clearly from that end, it's fine.
Yes, I can hear you, but the volume is a bit louder.
Okay.
Yes.
Now let us start off with this one from the presidency this morning. My administration is pulling Nigeria back to prosperity. And this is according to President Tinubu. This story is taken from the Nigerian Tribune. President Bola Tinubu has said that his administration is pulling the country back from economic collapse, adding that Nigeria is gravitating towards growth and development again following his proactive reforms. He's talking about his proactive reforms this morning, and he says that he's pulling Nigeria back to prosperity. How optimistic should we be as Nigerians?
Well, I'm listening to this several times, and I think the thing is taking too long for the outcome of the response to the same. Nigerians are still wallowing in abject poverty. Skyrocketing prices of goods and services, and the president has said it several times. We are yet to see the results, and I feel that an average Nigerian is not persuaded by whatever the government is saying now. What we want is a result, a very positive one, for the economy to grow and for Nigerians to use to have a good life. Right now, we are barely existing, we are not living. So, well, it's good that the president is saying that. It's good that the president is optimistic that the reforms will be seen. The result of the reform will be seen very soon. But we are just praying that very soon will come more quickly, and so Nigerians will give a sigh of relief about the beautiful life that we have been living before, and everything will go on smoothly. I want to urge the president to are taking fine routes, and almost in the Nigerians are suffering. That's my take on it.
All right, thank you very much. Now let's go to Edo State, where the Vanguard is reporting this morning, telling us about some of the plans of the new governor of Peholo there. Peholo vows to investigate the exclusion of 14 lawmakers from Edo Assembly. The Vanguard is reporting that the new governor has announced the formation of a panel of inquiry to investigate the exclusion of 14 elected lawmakers from the State Assembly's 7th session, an event which has raised concerns about the health of the state democratic institutions. Of course, he didn't fail to also mention his 5-point agenda focusing on security, infrastructure, healthcare, food sufficiency, and education. Well, expectedly, the governor there is talking about a panel of inquiry, excluding 14 lawmakers from Edo State. So let's have a take on that development, sir.
You see, when the new government comes in, it's always been acrimonious in several states of the federation. I think it's only maybe in Lagos State where we have some kind of small takeover of governments and what have you. The governor is starting with setting up a panel. I think the governor should settle down and look at what is on ground. There should be more other serious things to do right now. One is not saying that that should not be done, but the people of Edo State needs a lot more things, a lot one of the new things that they are expected to have. The last time I traveled through Edo State to Warri, Delta State, you clearly can think that that's one police state that's taking a special allocation, 30% derivative. The installation of the network of roads in Benin is so bad. So let the government settle down, let him look at what is on ground, let him come up with sound economy and what have you, with a view to alleviating the sufferings of the mass of the people of Edo State. If he's going to do that, nobody is saying that he should not do it. But I think there should be serious government to the extent that the government should not, on assumption, start to trouble himself about that. He has a right to do that. Now, let's ask ourselves, how many of such investigations have seen the light of day? I mean, the report. How many of the reports of such investigations have seen the light of day? And when the reports are given, how many of such reports have been implemented, so to say? So, in a way, it's just, for me, a waste of time. And I think the governor should set down to serious mistake of government and those yes. Yes, this is our goal, and I'm proud that we have been able to say I'm quite say that the former governor did not try his own bit. Yes, he did a little bit, but I think there should be more focus. Governance should be more business oriented than all these acrimonious relationships that we are having. Let him sit down, let him look at what's on ground, and let him set and let him kick the ball rolling, so that the people of Edo State can enjoy what do you call it? The duties of democracy. That's my take on it.
Is about the we've been experiencing in our dear country, Nigeria. NMCL ends 24 trillion naira fuel import, buys from Dangote refinery, and this is according to the Punch. The Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited (NNPCL) has stopped importing refined petroleum products, and is now off-taking fuel from the Dangote Petroleum Refinery and refineries. The NNPCL's Group Chief Executive Officer, Mr. Mele Kyari, let us out on Monday at the conference of the Nigerian Association of Petroleum Explorationists, which was held in Lagos. The NNPCL says it is ending 24 trillion naira fuel import and is buying from Dangote refinery. How did you receive this information?
Well, you have to look at it vis-a-vis what Ipan said yesterday. Ipan said it has reached a while not stopping importation, and that will aid the reduction in the per liter of oil that we are buying. That is one. Two, how do you reconcile both? Now that NNPCL is coming out to say it is ending importation and all of that. Don't forget that Ipman argued that if they are given the opportunity to import, that the price of the product will come down, or the product. You have the DPK, you have the diesel, you have the angle, and what have you, that the prices will come down. But you find that Dangote is saying that if anybody is selling lesser than the amount that is offering to sell, that such a product cannot be said to be a genuine one. That is not going to be as pure as what is going to offer. So the argument is neither here nor there. And for me, I think it is time that we begin to look at whatever we are hearing about the issue of and what have you in this country. William Kyari is not a person that can be trusted to that extent. You recall that initially he was saying that Dangote products was not all that pure, and was discouraging Nigerians from buying it. They were They were even getting a lead, a seal on what material can produce at the time and what he can sell out. So this thing, I think the government, through the NNPCL, hasn't come out to tell us what really is the issue, importation and the pricing, or I mean, all of such things. So we need to know as a people why we are suffering in the midst of plenty. I mean, come to think of it, this is a product we have in our country, and yet it's costing so much. People had thought that by the time Dangote will be giving its refinery, I mean, and the sale of products, that the price will come down. But Dangote is saying he's selling at 990 naira per whatever. So by the time you put the cost of landing and all of that, it is 1,100. In some instances, 1,140. Except the outlet and look at the situation. I think it has a spiral effect. And it's not for NNPCL to tell us that it is stopping importation. It is for NNPCL to let us know how it's going to bring down the prices of these products so that Nigerians can hear a sigh of relief. For me, I don't think we can take NNPCL, we can take them as being serious. I mean, I think the organization has been serious to the extent that Nigerians will start rejoicing. It's on there, sincerely.
Okay, so let's leave the NNPCL story for now and go to the power sector. Olukoye, the EFCC chair, said something about it and said things we discovered in the power sector will make you cry. The executive chairman of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, Ola Olukoye, said the level of corruption in the power sector would make people cry. Mr. Olukoye made the revelation during another EFCC headquarters in the Commission and lawmakers to combat financial crimes effectively. Now, we know how many times there have been great collapses in Nigeria between January and now. The EFCC chair is now saying, stepping in, they discovered that if Nigerians get to know what's happening in that sector, they will cry.
Debo, thank you so much. I wouldn't know if you had the outcome of the investigation that was put in place headed by one woman. I can't recall the name now. And the woman was talking about obsolete equipment and all of this and all of that. Now, I read the story you just read also, and I was looking at it. What is wrong with us? Is there anything that we know? There is none. Yeah, so if the FCC chairman is saying that, I think he's not saying something that is new. So Nigerians are not bought over by that. Let us have the outcome of the investigation to know. Don't be surprised if before the close of work today, the Greek collapses again. So what are we talking about? So that's just the situation.
Okay.
And drive, I was really
I inform you that 5 Ogundimu and studio look at the ICPC, and they are also doing their own bid towards nation building. ICPC arraigns ex-buried lawmaker for money laundering, and this is according to the Punch. The Independent Corrupt Practices and Other Related Offences Commission (ICPC) has arraigned a former House of Representatives member for Boko and Tarka Federal Constituency, Honorable John Dieg, over money laundering allegations. The ICPC in a statement on Tuesday by its spokesperson, Mr. Demola Bakari, said one of the charges involved receiving a substantial amount of money on May 19, 2014, intended for the construction of school facilities in Guma local government of Benue State. Now let us take a look at this now. An honorable being arraigned by the ICPC on substantial amount of money for a project, construction of schools. Sometimes when we hear these politicians say that when I get to Abuja, when I get to this position, I will do this, I will do that. But eventually, they voted for this person, putting their trust in this person, and eventually has gotten there. Now, a substantial amount of money has been given to this man. And now, maybe he has done one thing or the other, and now he's facing EFCC. What have you to say about this, and how confident should we be when we talk about our politicians going there to represent us?
Thank you very much. You have to look at it. This is the way that I will go about it. The first thing is, what business does a lawmaker have with construction of schools? They say the constituency project and all of that. You see, execution of government policies or actions or whatever resides with the executive arm of government. We have the three arms: the legislative, the executive, and the judicial arm. So what business does he have to do with the construction of a school? At the very best, when such allocation comes, I think the best would have been to interface with maybe the governor of the state, if he was able to get that through his connection or through what we call the constituency project. Does he have a right, for instance, to award contract? No, he doesn't. Then again, look at I hope it wasn't a mistake when you were reading it that the thing happened in 2014.
14, yes.
If somebody committed a crime in 2014, and that's 10 years ago, it's not about 10, it was in May 2014,
yes,
and this is November 2024. That's well over 10 years. And the person is just being arraigned, and what have you? We are making a mess of this country. And like I said, I said Nigeria is a fraud. I think we need to sit down and look at all these laws. What does a lawmaker have to do with construction of schools? Does he have the expertise to engage the contractors in terms of technical know-how of the construction or what have you? So, yeah, well, again, it's going to join the plethora of the investigations that will be ongoing or that have been planned. And if it took 10 years to arraign him, it may take another 10 years for us to know what the outcome of such an investigation is going to be. So it's just a mess. Nigeria is a fraud. And don't come to think of it, we have more than enough resources in this country that should make an average Nigerian smile every day. But alas, our leaders are just not making us smile. And I look at it, what do they want? What do they need the money for? It's sheer madness.
Now, we are supposed to, look at it from the angle which the EFCC
or the ICPC?
No. The EFCC talked about when he was talking about the power sector.
Okay.
The EFCC chair. Yes. He said what they discovered was that most of the projects given out were not well executed. In most cases, the national grid issue that we have been talking about was because very bad materials were used, And most of those projects were not even carried out to specification. They discovered all that, and now they are going after the contractors that were awarded the contract. The question now is, was someone not supposed to have done that before now?
Yes, I was going to say that. I mean, ab initio, I mean, there should be those that awarded the contract in the first instance should have a mechanism
Yes.
through which such contracts would be monitored. And in the process, when you see that something has gone amiss, it's not going well, you ask that person, please come back.
Yeah.
You have not done this.
I've not
Let me
done
give
it.
you something that one of our vice chancellors did in Funa.
Okay.
The great Professor Oluwafemi Balogun, when he was vice chancellor. There were a lot of projects that were embarked upon, and you know what he did? He will put up a committee. He calls the committee the users committee.
Okay.
Users committee comprising of those that are supposed to be beneficiaries
of that project.
So every week I participated in so many of such users committee. The users committee will have a chairman. So the committee will go around and see the projects that were on. So if there were infractions, if there were things that were not going well, we'll write our report, we get back to the vice chancellor, and the vice chancellor will get on site. Do you know that even at times the vice chancellor will have been on the project side before 7 in the morning, when some of these contractors wouldn't have even come, and he will inspect those things by himself. So when now come around, and he will tell you where you have not done it well. So why is it now taking time that now it is the EFCC that is just discovering all that? Then you can now see, Debo, that water must have passed through the bridge, because it is possible that those that are responsible, that are supposed to, I mean, monitor the project, have not done their job very well. Maybe because they have taken something, they have been compromised. And when that happens, you will not have the moral rectitude to say you have not done it well.
You can't question anything.
You cannot, because you have taken something. The man will just say, maybe the portion that you have taken will have been something that will have assisted us to do it the best way we should have done it. So it's not funny.
437-9453 and 0815-032-0226. These are issues in the national dailies this morning. Let's have your views on these matters. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, Debo.
Good morning,
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Mr. Bayo.
Good morning, sir. Good morning, sir.
I am the guy who calling from Inshallah.
Yes, sir. You're welcome, sir.
Now, the question, I think the beautiful ones
I know you.
maybe you will not be born. Going through this, there's a lot of dishonesty, there's a lot of corruption, there's a lot of insecurity. It makes one hard to do. See, any of these things that you have just mentioned this morning, when anyone just want to talk of the president, saying that they're putting the country back of economic collapse, it's about just remain on the head. I've had this several times. People say, oh, much of Ola already. The Nigerians have observed you. The different people need to die that are going to join the benefit of the reform. We cannot fight it now. So, and I'm talking about the NPCS showing that there are some exportations back from that country that will have been a kind of pollution there. And so,
All right. Thank you, sir. Thank you
Thank you
very
so
much.
much. We appreciate it.
0803 437
081503202226. Okay, while we expect the next call, Mr. Ogundimu, let us quickly take a look at this. World Bank, IMF, allegedly undermining Nigeria's university system, and this is according to the ASU president, Vanguard Wright. The Academic Staff General of Universities, ASU, has claimed that the World Bank and the International Monetary Fund, IMF, are actively undermining Nigeria's public education. Speaking during the ASU's Heroes Day 2024 to 2025 ceremony in Abuja, Professor Emmanuel Osodeke highlighted additional grievances, including the Enforced Integrated Personnel and Payroll Information System (IPPIS) and the withholding of ASU members' salaries for 3.5 months. What have you to say about it? Is it really true that IMF and other World Bank, they are actually undermining Nigeria's public education?
Well, I think we have to look at it again this way. How did we get there? I want to say that nobody can, and that is what everybody will agree, that nobody can call you a fool except through your own permission.
That's right.
You look at the IPPIS, I would say that thing is a monster. Let me tell you, as I'm here in the studio, I went on a sabbatical leave in 2015. After my sabbatical leave, towards the expiration of that leave, I was offered an appointment as the registrar of DS Adeyinka Rice City Polytechnic.
Can we take this call?
Okay, please. Let's
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, Debo.
Morning
Good
to
morning.
you, sir.
Good morning, comrade.
How are you? It's good morning.
It's
Good
been a
morning,
while.
Ogundimu.
Mr.
Bayo Ogundimu.
Mr. Ogundimu, good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir. How are you, sir?
I am fine. I should ask you, would you be interested in governance in Nigeria
Yes.
to hold a position, whether elective or appointive?
All right, I will. I'm just talking about one. I was registrar of ICT Polytechnic History for 5 years.
And I have been to that institution and I saw your hands.
Wow.
A number of your students know you very well. Now, you have this habit of telling the truth that makes me always want to listen to you, even if I'm not in the country.
Thank you so much, sir.
And OTBC, to your station on Radio Garden folders outside Nigeria, please take note of that.
Okay.
Now, in Nigeria here, Nigerians will be suffering and the government will tell you that you are enjoying, and the elite in Nigeria will start echoing it that you are enjoying, when in actual fact you are suffering. And you know, and we all know that Mr. Mele Kyari was lying. He knows that what he's saying is impossible. And it is not even in his office to say it, but he just flew a kite. And that kite, before you know it, a number of the elite in Nigeria will start shouting. And at the end of the day, the situation will remain the same. And this is where I feel and I think honest Nigerians deserve to be in government, because right now and long before now, we have been ruled by liars. Let's face facts for what it is. A government should have the courage to tell it as it is. One, walk the talk, make oh my show.
Comrade, our time is fast spent. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you
Comrade,
so
I guess you are out of the country. Welcome back.
Thank you so very much, comrade. Like I was saying, I came back to the university in March 2022, and I want to tell you that for even up to now, I was not paid, courtesy IPPIS. So from April till November 2022, my salaries were not paid, and even up to now. So that yes, I was not paid for 8 months in a year. So you can see So the various things that the IMF will ask us to do, and that we will accept hook, line, and sinker, are not making all the sectors, and especially education, to be run the way that they should be run. So I want to agree with and before any union university will come up with any viewpoints, we'll have sat down to look at all those things, and we'll have analyzed it very well. And by the time we come out, you hardly can fault what you are talking about. The IMF should go and sit down. What's their business with education? But like I said, nobody can call you a fool except through your own permission. Why are we just taking all this IMF something hook, line, and sinker? Does it mean that we don't have experts that can think for us,
design for
that
us
can
what
design?
is suitable
Yes.
for us as a nation.
So Nigerians are all over there doing
Wow.
things, great things outside the country.
A big thank you to Ogundimu this morning. Our time is fast and we just have to go now. Many thanks to all our callers. Thank you very sincerely for being part of this morning's production. I want to appreciate everyone who contributed to this morning's production as well. You've done very well from the newsroom and right here in the studio.
Yeah, most definitely from the newsroom we have Idris Adelaku and Akim Sulaiman, the ICT personnel. For like I it on, the sound manager is Femi Shola. The sound manager is Femi Shola, while the producer is Femi Shola Oniyide. Thank you very much. My name is Temitope Babalola. Once again, we appreciate our guest, Bayo Ogundimu, a public affairs and thank you.
And